Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Having a basic fire kit as part of your survival kit or bug out bag or just your regular camping gear is an essential item. This is my kit here, doesn't take up a whole lot of space, so stick around. Let's open up this kit and discuss 5 ignition methods and what I prefer and what I would recommend. Stay tuned. Okay everybody, what I have here is the Indy Belt Pouch from Campcraft Outdoors. It's a wax canvas pouch, snap cover, and it has a belt loop on it. Let's open this thing up, lay it out. I'll show you what all's here and we'll discuss everything that's inside. And like I said, this is the Indy Belt Pouch from Campcraft Outdoors. They've got a wide variety of wax canvas products and survival gear on their site. I'll leave a link below to their website, which is my affiliate link. I do earn a small commission should you decide to make a purchase. It doesn't affect the price that you pay. And if you should decide to make a purchase, enter the code Kentucky Prepper 5 in the discount code to receive 10% off your purchase. The first method of fire starting is friction fire. Bow drill. Everybody's fascinated, they love the bow drills, and that's fine. I understand the nostalgia and, wanting to keep up with tradition, and it's fine to practice bow drill, and you should practice friction fires, but I definitely would not rely on that in a survival or bug out situation. There's too much time and effort in trying to get an ember. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It's something I do struggle with, but I have done it before. In a survival situation, you want to have fire as quickly as possible. Definitely something you might want to practice, want to stick with the tradition, but please don't rely on friction fires and bow drills as part of your overall survival and bug out plan. The next thing, which I have here, is a little char tin that you can see it's been used. I keep it Ranger Man closed. We'll open it up. And what I have inside here, of course, is flint and steel striker, and I keep it full of cotton gun cleaning patches that I can use to char to make additional char material. Again, this is another traditional method, but works much better than relying on bow drill. My striker is this little square striker with a little divot in the center. And what I like about that is you can use that as your bearing block for your friction fire. And I keep a piece of flint. Now to go with this kit, you need to have some charred material. I carry char cloth that I make about every time I have a fire. I usually make some of this. What I keep mine in is one of these little plastic tobacco tins that you can snap the lid down, keeps it from getting moisture in it. And it's just a quick and easy and convenient way to carry char material. The next item I have here is a magnifying glass. You can take a magnifying glass with the sun and you can ignite charred material. You can ignite fungus materials, which is primarily what I use it for. And that way you can get an ember, place that into your bird's nest, and get your fire started. Sun doesn't shine all the time, but most days it's out. And that's completely reusable and doesn't require any type of additional fuels or anything like that. So now the thing about a magnifying lens, you want to make sure it's at least 5 power. And the bigger the size, of course, the more concentrated beam of light you're going to get to ignite your materials. I'll try to throw a clip in here of me igniting a piece of fungus. The next item I have here, of course, is ferrocerium rod. I keep mine in this little leather sleeve, 1/2 inch by 5 inch, and I recommend a good 1/2 inch by 5 inch or 1/2 inch by 6 inch ferro rod for your kit. I have a small fire striker lanyard to it, and I have Gorilla Tape wrapped around the end to give me a handhold. And of course, everybody should know how these work, but just use your striker or the 90-degree spine on your knife. Good firm pressure strike down and get your sparks to ignite your tinder. The good thing about these is you get thousands of uses out of one this size. They work whether they're wet or cold, so they're not temperature dependent like a lighter is. Another item I keep in my kit anyway is these Yuko Titan matches. Don't know if you've ever seen these things, but they're huge. But you can definitely get a fire going with one of these. They come in this little waterproof container. There's extra strikers in the package, along with a striker on the outside of the container. I know a lot of people carry the regular Yuko stormproof matches, but just as a size comparison, I believe you can definitely see the difference. Now, again, these matches are much better than your strike on the box matches, your paper matches, kitchen matches that you buy in the stores. So I would recommend some of these. The next ignition source that I have is a Bic lighter. I recommend the Bic lighters. They're guaranteed from the factory for 3,000 lights. A whole lot easier to use. Just flick your Bic and you've got a flame. I keep one of the longer reach Bics as part of my kit also, because that way I can stick up under a tinder bundle. If I've got a fire teepee already built, I can stick that up on there and ignite my tinder source. To me, this is the #1 best way to start a fire. Should be part of every survival kit and every bug out bag. I mean, it's just, it's a guaranteed flame. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, they don't work if it gets down below 32 degrees. Well, you can keep it in under your shirt to keep it warm, or you can warm it back up, rub it briskly on your leg or whatever, and you should be able to get some sort of flame. But I would definitely try that first before I even broke out the ferro rod. A few other items that I keep as part of my fire kit is some pieces of chaga. That is a tree fungus that grows primarily on birch trees. It doesn't grow naturally here in my area, but I purchased this online. What we do have in my area is some crack cap polypores. They grow primarily on black locust trees, and I'll throw a little video clip in here where I found one that I harvested. They work well too. The other thing I keep as part of my fire kit is these wax Bushcraft fire plugs, as people call them. These are some that I make, and the thing about these are they're solid, hard, wax coated, so they're waterproof. I've got a video where I made these and demonstrated them. You can actually put these in a bottle of water, shake it up, dump it out, and light it. Now, where they're so hard coated, you do have to take a knife and split them lengthwise to peel them open to expose those inner fibers. But I think that's much better than the ones that are real soft, because it definitely keeps them waterproof. And the last thing that I keep in my fire kit is this little small tin with an emergency fire kit in it. And again, it's Ranger banded together. We'll open it up and let you see what's inside. But what I have in here, of course, is some of the wax fire starters. There's 6 of those. A smaller ferro rod. Another Bic lighter with Gorilla Tape wrapped around it, because you can use Gorilla Tape as a fire tinder. A small piece of fat wood. A striker for the ferro rod. And a Fresnel lens. One of the little pocket card size ones. You can use these to ignite char cloth or a fungus, grass or leaves sometimes, to get you an ember. When you do use these, if you feel that these have got a rough side and a smooth side, you want to turn the rough side toward the sun. Okay, everybody, that's my fire kit with 5 ignition methods that I keep with me at all times. I keep one in my pack when I'm back out just running around the mountains and enjoying God's creation. and I keep one in my bug out kit. We'll quickly recap the 5 ignition methods. Of course, number 5 was the bow drill. That good for tradition, but not recommended by me as part of your survival or bug out gear. Number 4 was flint and steel along with some charred material. Number 3 was a magnifying glass. Number 2 was a ferro rod. And my number 1 recommended method is a standard Bic lighter. And like I said, I keep matches in here, and I've got a few other items in here. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that like button. Leave us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment below. What would you add, take away, or change? Because we can all learn from each other. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It doesn't cost you anything. It does help my channel grow and helps this content get out to more people. It does help YouTube see that people are interested in outdoor activities and content. So it helps the other channels as well. If you've already subscribed, thank you. It is greatly appreciated. If you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, I would highly encourage you to do so. And remember, prepare today for what may happen tomorrow. I'll see you on the next video.